And now a visual representation of what it is like to watch Sheffield United during the 2020-21 season. Brought to you by the Shoreham View.
Hello, welcome to this match review. As you can tell, we're enthralled to be doing it. We're going to give this match all the fucking effort it deserves. Joining me, as always, it's Travelling Blade. It's Ben. Ben, I'm bored shitless after that, mate.
Same. It's hopeless, I think, is the word. It's just, you know, as soon as we concede, that's it. Because we can't score. We can't score. We struggle to create. I think we did create a bit more today than we have in a lot of the games this season. I'll give us that. But we can't finish anything. You know, it's just sort of, I think one of the things I noticed today, comparing us to last season, is, last season, like you'll see United's Twitter tweeting it every now and again. The goal at Spurs away last season, because look, 23 pass build up.
Yeah,
we ain't got any of that anymore. Today we get if we got the ball back, it would just be hit and hope up to McBurney and McGoldrick. There's no passing it about anymore. Well, there's hardly any passing it about anymore. Trying to build something positive from the back. I think actually one of the most positive passes in the entire game came from Aaron Ramsdale in the first half, who was at the point. One of the only players to actually look up, see someone and play a pass forward. I mean, we should have lost by more. We should have been about at least 1-0 down when they scored.
Yeah.
In the first half, and the amount of times we gave them so much freedom on the left and right wing, and no one was there. Either both Max Lowe and Baldock.
One thing I'm going to pick up on, people are criticising Norwood. Norwood's not getting that free-flowing passing game football, because before he could pass it to the left, to the right, through the middle. He can only pass it down the right now. He's got nothing to the left. The middle, there's no pass and move. It's more pass, stand there, look around, lazily drift and give your player no fucking options to pass it to, so you end up going backwards. Or it's so boring and negative, and that's not us. That we've been spoiled, and this is what we're getting now. As far as Lowe, I think, to me, confidence is not, and really he's not first choice, and he's been thrown in a bit too early. As you said earlier, good pass from Ramsdale, probably about the best pass of the game. McBurney, he just can't seem to find the back of the net, and some good chances today. But then again, he was losing it. He's not won as many balls in the air today. We're kind of in people's pocket today. And one thing that fucked me off, like big time, why is Burke not on that pitch? I think Blades Analytics picked it up. It's baffling me. Why weren't he playing?
The one thing, I noticed it was like a lack of pace. I remember thinking that, I know I've chosen McGoldrick in my lineups a few times, but I thought it took him a while to have a touch. I think it took him ages to get anywhere near being in the game. I don't think he ever truly got in the game, McGoldrick, today. And we're playing these balls in, crossing them low, and they're not that bad a ball, but we're just thinking we just need some pace up top, because we're just hit and hope up to McBurney and McGoldrick. And then if and when the ball did reach them, it was just like snails trying to get up the pitch. And you're thinking, right, they've got nothing. There's no one running on to knock the ball onto. And the amount of times we were offside as well. Jesus Christ, in that first half. We need someone like Burke who can stay on side and have the pace to beat someone in a race like Ogbonna. And it was just, I was like, I remember getting to the 73rd minute. I just thought, just end the game now.
You were awake then? You were awake on the 73rd minute? Fucking hell, you did better than me, mate. Jesus Christ. One positive that I found from the game was we actually saw something from Brewster this time. What a ball that were through to McBurney.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice ball. And I think, I know he didn't score, but I think McBurney actually did well to make as much of that chance as he did. The amount of times I think if that was McGoldrick, it would have just been like a tame shot towards the goalkeeper. But McBurney actually caught them out, beat the keeper. He needs
a goal. McBurney needs a goal desperately.
He had some good
He did. Chances are, you think maybe if he gets one, he's going to start burying them chances. But until he gets one, it's all ifs and buts. It's the Tony Pulis situation of if my grandma had fucking wheels, she'd be a bike kind of thing again, isn't it? It's all hypothetical. Let's have a quick look at some stats. I mean, possession, we did better than last time. 49.4% to their 50.6. 8 shots and 5 on target. We had more shots on target than them.
That's something. We did actually test the goalkeeper a few times. There was the early on with Baldock. There was McBurney's header.
Yeah.
Obviously, the one against the crossbar isn't a shot on target, but another good chance. But the thing is, at the same time, I'm also like thinking amount of chances West Ham missed as well. They missed a sitter in the first half.
Yeah.
Trying some positives. I thought Ramsdale played well.
He had a decent game.
I thought he didn't have too much to deal with, but I think most of what he dealt with, I think there's a few times where he could have messed up and where he looked more sure of himself. I think today there's a few moments where people like Ampadu would put him in a bit of like uncertainty at the back.
Yeah.
And I thought Ramsdale acted with good instinct and he was alert, just coming out and closing things down. I think Declan Rice played a nice chip through and Ampadu was like a bit unsure. And Ramsdale seemed much more certain of himself. He got something on the shot. I don't think there's much you can do about that. I think, for me, that's more of a defensive error.
To me, with a goalkeeper, I'm always, if a keeper gets an hand to it, I'm always going to wish he'd better. But the pace of the shot beat him, I think, more than anything, didn't it? I think even though he got an hand to it, there weren't much he could do. He made a smart save in the first half. One thing I want to pick up on, just looking at these stats here, 79% pass succession rate. Like you were saying earlier, our passing game was one of our strengths, really. And there was those triangles. Obviously, there's no triangle at the minute because it's all one-sided down one side and we're easy to figure out. And to me, are we going to have to wait till January and find replacement players for those that we're missing? Or can the players we've got book their ideas up and pull something out of the bag before then? Because if we go to January and we have to win, we are essentially down.
I know, it is. I'm trying not to think too much about the season ahead. I think I almost feel like next week is almost like our cup final. If we don't win, just send us down now. Cut to the chase. Just put the R next to us.
Yeah.
And then don't have us play any more games so we don't have to watch it. A lot of the players we're seeing in this team, we all know how well they can play.
Yeah,
we've all seen how well Ollie Norwood can play. We've all seen how well David McGoldrick, George Baldock can play. And they played better in the Championship. Even if you balance out the fact that the Championship you're playing easier teams.
Well, they played better last season. Not even just the Championship. They played better last season.
Yeah, played better last season. And I think, when you look at how inconsistent a lot of the teams in the Prem have been this season, if we played almost, 90% as well as we did last season, we'd probably be in the top 8, at this point, because last season I think everyone was a bit more consistent, whereas this season, pretty much anyone can lose at the minute. No one's consistent. You've got teams with players as good as Man City looking woeful. So I think it's what annoying. I think this season should have been a great opportunity for us to make another great statement about ourselves. But I really don't know what's happened. But just the magic's gone.
I think you summed it up perfectly. The magic is dead. It's like going to Disney World during Mickey Mouse's fucking funeral. Honestly, it's painful to watch, and it hurts me to say it. This is the first time under Chris Wilder I've watched a game and I am bored. Not angry, not disappointed, bored.
You're waiting for it to finish.
Yeah. And to me, that's something he's working on because there's the energy. When I was on TalkSport earlier, I was talking to them and they were saying, we've not watched as many games as you have, but have you noticed that the players aren't running through brick walls? They're not challenging, you're not pressing, you're not closing down, you're not challenging, you're not pressing forward. Yes, we have noticed. We've noticed severely what we're lacking to do. And we can't, losing O'Connell is a big factor to that. But we can't pin it all on that. Something's wrong.
It's not everything.
Is it having a player there that don't want to be there in Lundstrom? Is it a mix of the injuries? Is it a mix of, I don't want to say second season syndrome because that's a fucking myth, but is it a case of it's got to the Reds a little bit? I'd like to think not. But what else could it be? Because this is worrying.
I mean, the thing is, like, it started the end of last season. The last few games of last season were exactly the same now. You know, I'm thinking of the Leicester away, Southampton away, both of those games.
Yeah.
Everton at home, another one. That was basically every game we've had since that 3-0 win against Chelsea. The issue started last season when we had Jack O'Connell, when we had Dean Henderson, you know, when we had John Fleck. I know he started today, but you look at those games, we had, you know, some of those games, we were playing our best 11, our strongest 11. You think, right, we can't play a better 11 than we can field now, and we were still useless then.
Yeah.
So I think all I can try and think is that, you know, we'll have had like a few cracks, you know, shown a few cracks here and there in a game. They've not had the fans there to cheer them on and guide them up. You know, like we had the Wolves game this season. Were you thinking, right? So we had a bad start to the bad end to the season. You're thinking, right, new season, new slate, new players.
Yeah.
And we capitulated in the first 5 minutes. And because they hadn't had the fans there to G them up in that game or G them up for the next game and think, right, fresh start, fans behind us and that. We hadn't had that. Something needs to happen soon, else it's literally going to be too late. I don't even know where the next goal's coming from, let alone the next point. You know, next win's a mile off.
Just briefly then, before we end this, we're going to speak about the West Brom game, obviously, in the preview to that, because that's going to be a barrel of fucking laughs. I can't wait for that one, mate. I always enjoy chatting to you, but we're going to have to find other things to think about because football's depressing me.
It actually is.
Let's start a movie channel. Let's start talking about films because fucking football's getting to me, man. Man of the match. If you have to pick one out of any of them.
I'd probably pick Ramsdale. I don't know.
I don't think Fleck had a bad game, but man of the match, I don't know.
I thought Egan had some good moments. Christ, I don't know. No one. No one deserves it. You know, it was just who wasn't the worst. I'd probably say Ramsdale or Egan in the competition of who wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
That was it. I don't know. There was no one that was good.
I'd probably agree with that. Ben, always a pleasure having you on. Let's hope that we can find something
I can't
positive
be bothered
to speak
anymore.
I know. Let's hope we can find something positive to speak about for the West Brom game, and let's hope the reaction video after that's... I don't want to be too optimistic because it's just setting myself up for a fail again. Let's hope we have a goal to speak about, even if it's a fucking 4-1.
That'll just annoy me, though.
I know, yeah. It'll be a Chelsea game all over again. 1 goal. We concede 4. Great. Nice. Callum Robinson hat-trick. Fuck my life.
You just know it's coming.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing. Right, we're going to stop there because otherwise I'm going to end up fucking Harry Carey or some shit. Ben, thank you for coming on. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, please share it as far and wide as you can. Up the blades.